Hello, hello. Welcome to, oops, is that working? Yep. Welcome to today's episode of A Dog's View. This is Jodie Fitzgerald. I'm here sharing with you a dog's view because I am a licensed family dog mediator. I'm a former nurse and now I work with dogs. And I love helping people learn how to help their dog have a better life with them in their environment and in their homes and being able to fit together as it should be and as we always want. They want to have the companion that you want, right? It's why you get a dog. It's why we love them so much because they're amazing. But sometimes they come with some challenges. And shame on me for not cleaning these ahead of time, but I'm going to start anyway. So I decided to talk about Mr. Rogers again today, the Mr. Rogers hack, because I had such a great response with the last one. And with all of my clients that when we start talking about, I start explaining what the Mr. Rogers hack is, they get very excited and this, like once they understand how it works and how well it can work with your dog, with dogs helping them in daily life. So for some people that might not even know who Mr. Rogers is, Fred Rogers was the gentle host of the Mr. Rogers Show Neighborhood. And for decades, he welcomed children with the same calm rituals, walking through the door, changing his shoes, speaking in a soft, steady voice. He was predictable, kind, and safe. And for kids, that meant they could really relax and learn. And you might be wondering, now, what on earth does this have to do? What does Mr. Rogers have to do with dogs? Well, I found that the Mr. Rogers hack is something that I was doing somewhat until I learned even more about it 4 years ago in the Family Dog Mediation program with Kim Brophy. And the hack is just a wonderful thing. And I found that by slowing down, using a soft voice, being predictable, and labeling the world in simple ways can completely change how a dog experiences life. And I'm going to share a story again about Hogan, my dog Hogan. He was in 2018. He was dropped off in my driveway to go to rescue. I had no idea he was coming. He was just a drop off point to go to the next spot. And the next thing you know, I ended up bringing this dog in, and out comes, he was one of the most reactive dogs I've ever worked with. And I didn't know how it was going to work, but he attached to me right away. So he never left. And because he was taken to be euthanized for aggression. And when I met him, he couldn't handle the world. Everything was too loud. It was too unpredictable. It was too overwhelming. He seemed like he had to protect himself from anybody and everything. And he would bark and make a lot of noise, and it would be very hard to calm him down. And I often just had to remove him from situations because there was no way. That was how I learned at first to work with him. And now, and what I learned, what helped him was that I spent a lot of time with him, which included a lot of time just sitting in the living room window and explaining as things went by, and putting simple labels onto things and talking gently to him. That's just a car, that's just a person, those are just workers. Just making it, and that's a bird or that's a squirrel, making it matter of fact. I love saying, like, it's matter of fact to the dog. So not helping them, encouraging them to get more excited, and not yelling at them, because if you're yelling at a dog when they're barking at something, I think a lot of them think that you're just joining in. So it just fuels it. It doesn't help when you start shouting no, or when you take it away, because they know, if you close a blind, because they know it's there. They still know it's there. Even in your yard, if they're barking at something, and even if you don't see it, to the dog it's real. So we can't just make them not look at it and pretend it doesn't exist, because they do. Maybe it's something they smell, maybe it's something they heard. We don't know, but to them in that moment, it's very real. So using this Mr. Rogers hack and talking about things and making it not such a big deal, and matter of fact, and thanking them for telling you. I often tell my dad, thanks for telling me. "Oh, yeah, I see somebody's there, it's just this, don't worry, and let's just go do this." And or sitting and talking with them about it instead of even turning them away, just helping them process what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, how they're feeling at the moment, letting them go through those emotional stages that they need to go through to not be so reactive. And sometimes, as I've told many people, and it's because it works so well, at these times you can even rub the chest if you can. Rub the chest, just the chest, not over the dog, but just the front, just rubbing the chest and talking gently about what they're seeing can really, really help. Hogan, it's been amazing. He started to realize that the world wasn't so scary, and eventually he did learn how to self-regulate. Now he's still a very different dog. He doesn't um, react, or he does still react, but it's not the same. It's not nearly as 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 what's the word I'm trying to think of? Is frantic. Now it's not as frantic as it used to be. And if he does feel a little bit frantic about anything, he comes to me and he'll kind of do this high pitched whine and tell me. So this is, instead of exploding, he'll come to me for reassurance, and choosing calmer ways to cope. That's the power of Mr. Rogers' hack. Mr. Rogers' hack. And this ties really well into our legs model and total welfare, because he could only learn once he felt safe. I had to help him feel safe. The environment, I worked hard to shape the environment to be predictable and supportive. Talking about these things and letting him, even ahead of time, helping him to know what was going to happen before it did, in simple ways, can really make a difference. Genetics, his sensitivity wasn't just something to fix, it was something to respect and to help and to learn how to help him through it. And when it comes to his self, his unique history, he has a unique history that I don't know the whole thing, but I know it was trauma and it wasn't good. And that meant required extra gentleness, extra time. And then when we take a wider look out to looking at the total welfare model, the 5 domains of well-being: nutrition, physical environment, health, behavior, and mental state. By helping him make sense of the world, I supported his behavioral and mental health welfare, which rippled right into the rest of his life. So here's the takeaway: being like Mr. Rogers isn't just for kids. It works for dogs too, and other animals. When we slow down and soften our voice and create routines and give gentle explanations and support, we give our dogs the safety and trust that they need to thrive. That once reactive, overwhelmed little dog isn't the same anymore. And it all started with kindness, predictability, and patience and empathy. So today I challenge you: channel your inner Mr. Rogers. Be calm, be predictable, label the world for your dog when they're struggling. It might just give them the confidence that they need to turn concern into trust. I really hope that you're going to think about this and consider trying this Mr. Rogers hack and how easy it can be to helping your dog when they're barking at something in the window. Start helping them deal with it, and then they can learn to just give like 1 or 2 alarm barks or alert barks or whatever you want to say barks. And say, hey, something's there. Yep, I see it. Thanks for letting me know. And often it can be incredible how much less barking and how much less frustration and noise and anxiety there can be in your home when you start adding something simple like the Mr. Rogers hack. So thank you for joining me on this episode of A Dog's View. Please don't forget to subscribe and share with anybody who you think is struggling with their dog. And together we get to keep learning how to see the world through our dog's eyes. I will put my link in here, for you can book a call. Here we go. Right. This one. I will put that right in the chat. And it's also in the write-up for this video. So please don't hesitate to connect with me or to share. If you have stories about your dog, please share how you've helped them learn how to understand the world. I still don't forget a client who said to me after one conversation, um, in a meeting for we're helping her and her dogs, and the dogs, she used to close the blind and not let the dogs look outside. And with this little bit of extra information of helping them, acknowledging that something's there and helping them, like with Mr. Rogers, that she's able to keep her blinds open now. And that's a wonderful thing because we don't like have I have blinds. I like to see out my windows. Um, so that's just another little great example of how well this can work. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you will subscribe. Don't hesitate to reach out and let me know how things are going for you and your dog. Have a good day.